Hello and welcome back to Heartbaked. Again, we are back with Radley, you know the drill. We are on episode 5 of Radley and chapter 6 of the whole thing. We're only 2 chapters away from chapter 8 where we will fail miserably and then have to replay everything. But let's just jump right in and get this on the road, shall we? Tap tap. Tap tap tap. I sighed and drummed my fingers on the counter. It was almost noon and Radley wasn't here yet. He was never late. There had been almost no customers today. Everyone was probably busy with the festival and didn't have time to take a break and eat any delicious baked goods. It was so quiet I could probably hear a crumb drop. He must still be bathing from the incident yesterday. My shower probably wasn't powerful enough for him. That's it. Hold on to your muffins, Radster. Tiger's a-comin'. I charged out of my shop and flipped the sign to closed. There was no way I could stand around in the quiet all day. The walk through town was very similar to the day before. The hustle and bustle of the elves getting ready for the festival and making it seem lively. Everyone was busier than before, and I almost felt bad that I couldn't help. Almost. But there wasn't enough time for that. I carefully dodged my way through the crowds and found myself standing in front of Radley's door. He had better be here. Knock, knock, knock. I pounded my fist on the door, though quieter than last time. No need to attract attention to myself after all. I waited a minute and then knocked again. Knock, knock. As I raised my fist for the third knock, the door opened and revealed a dripping wet Radley. Hey, Ty. He grinned his dopey grin as if he wasn't hours late for his shift. Don't you hate Ty me? Wow, that sounded weird when it came out. Don't you hate Ty me? My hands landed on my hips as I gave him a pout. You're late. Oh, I'm so sorry. Did we have a date today? No, for work, you breadstick. Did you want to go on a date? He leaned against his doorway, trying to look smooth. You were asking me out? My eyebrow rose. That was the last thing I was expecting. Hero was chasing him, and he was so willing to ask me out. Yup. He gave me his normal grin as he seemed to bounce from foot to foot. Wanna go now? Your hair is still soaked. You'll catch a cold. Aw, Ty, don't worry about me. Yeah, let's go then. Where are we going? I felt like slapping my hand to my forehead. You asked me out and you don't even know where we're going? Okay, we'll go to Carver's. Really? I groaned. Of all the places to spend our first date, we can just get food and go on a picnic. It'll be fun. I sighed. Fine. Ty, cheer up. Oh, sorry. Am I supposed to be happy about getting food from my rival? His face dropped for a second, but he soon perked back up. He poked me in the cheek and gave me a bright smile. It'll be fine, Ty. Just trust me. I let out a small hum and pouted. We didn't talk on the way to Carver's, though Radley seemed happy enough. I pressed it again. Oh my god, I'm the worst. My finger. I just need to keep my finger off of that button. Seriously. Middle finger, you doom me again. He walked with a bounce in his step, and his smile didn't fade for a second. Here we are, my lady. He opened the door dramatically and waited for me to go ahead of him. Thanks. What was that for? We're on a date, remember? He gently knocked his fist on the top of my head, then walked into Carver's bakery with me. What do you want? I should be the one asking that. The annoying and unfortunately very familiar voice came from behind the counter. Carver glared at us with his arms crossed. What are you two doing here? We're just getting something to eat. I glared defensively at him. Oh, so you finally come to your senses, Tiger. You have finally realized that I am, and always will be, better than you. He had an evil grin on his face, and looked like he was ready to let out an evil laugh. Nope, Tiger's just taking a break. We decided that it's okay to eat junk food every once in a while. Junk food? Carver sputtered, looking completely appalled. Look at his face! No! How dare you come to my bakery and call my food junk? He was seething, and I had to hold back a laugh. Sometimes I forgot that Radley disliked Carver as much as I did.
So, Ty, what do you want to order?
Oh, whatever you want. Anything as long as you feed it to me. Doesn't matter. Be quick. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Be quick. That's rude. I don't want that. Whatever you want. Anything as long as you feed it to me. Wink, wink. We're already on the flirt. Whatever you want. This is gonna be the wrong answer. I know it. I'm just basing it off of what I would actually say. And I honestly would just be like, whatever you want. Like, I'm fine with whatever. Seriously. I looked at the menu and then my eyes went down to the pastries that Carver had prepared. My eyebrow twitched and I looked back at Radley, smiling as sweetly as I could. Just get whatever you want. There was no way I could be seen eating any of this food. Why did we even come here?
But I was going to treat you.
He pouted and jumped up and down a few times. Radley, you look like a child that's about to throw a fit.
I will if you don't pick something.
He gave me a mischievous smile and I didn't doubt him for a second. Fine. Then how about...
Just take this, pay, and get out of my shop already.
Carver shoved a box with some sweet bread in it towards us and waited impatiently.
Gee, Jelly Carver. That isn't very professional of you.
Radley feigned feeling insulted and frowned at him.
Not even letting customers decide what they're getting. Pay and out.
His glare hardened and it was so obvious that he was trying to stay calm.
Fine.
Radley quickly paid for the food and grabbed the box. We both walked out, and I let out a huff of air. I never realized just how much I appreciate the fresh air. Radley nodded in agreement and laughed.
Want to go sit by the fountain?
His eyes were sparkling, and he looked more than excited. You aren't going to push me in, are you?
I would never.
He gave me a hurt look for a second before he realized that he has in fact pushed me into the fountain before.
Again, a prank is only funny once.
So you'll never break my basket again?
Never.
You'll never make bad cupcakes?
Never.
You'll never draw on my face while I'm sleeping? I glared at him. He paused, and a giant grin spread across his face.
Ty.
I thought a prank was only funny once. My eyebrow raised and he giggled.
Except that one. Come on, your face was priceless.
I pouted as we sat on the bench that lined the fountain. Why would they even build a bench here? It's like they were wanting people to get pushed in. Radley sat beside me with a thump and put the box between us. He opened it with a flourish and we both stared down at the small sweet buns. We both reached into the box and grabbed our own bun. I looked down at it and told myself that it didn't look that bad. It was edible at least.
Bon appetit.
He was too cheerful about this. We both took small bites of the bread and it was oddly good. The sweet taste was a lot better than either of us thought it would be. We didn't talk much as we finished eating, and once we were done, Radley picked up the box and brought it to the garbage nearby. I stood up and walked over to him.
Do you want to go for a walk, Ty?
He bounced a few times again, waiting excitedly for my answer. But we just ate together. He stopped bouncing and looked confused, then pouted.
Oh, you want to go home? We haven't even been out for long.
I guess I have a bit more time.
Yes? Yeah. Okay, let's go.
He skipped ahead and waited for me to follow him. I couldn't help but roll my eyes and laugh at his childish antics. We walked through the forest. The sounds of nature were oddly calming. I didn't take much time to just go for walks, so this was nice. Where are we going?
I don't know, just a walk.
He grinned. I'm surprised you can handle all the dirt here. I saw him shudder out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah.
His voice shook and he was suddenly looking around everywhere and making sure to avoid any mud. He actively started dodging any strand of cotton candy from the trees. Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on it. Whoa, does someone live out here? We walked into a clearing with a small shack and sheep. Oh no. Benjamin. I muttered dryly. Radley paused before a devious grin spread across his face.
I have an idea.
Is it a prank? I asked accusingly, but his smile only grew.
Yup.
Radley, we can't just go around pranking everyone.
But Ty, he made a mess of your shop.
I frowned for a second before realizing that he was right. Benjamin had come into my shop and made a mess twice. What do you have in mind?
We let the sheep out.
Radley!
Come on, Ty, it'll be great.
He bounced from foot to foot and waited for me to give him the okay. Fine, fine. His excitement was starting to rub off on me, and I let out a short laugh.
Yes, come on.
He grabbed my hand and dragged me towards the pen. It took us a second to find where the gate was, and then another minute to figure out how to open it. Radley, hurry up. He's probably nearby and I don't want to be caught. I hissed out, trying to keep as quiet as I could.
I know. There.
He jumped back victoriously as the gate released and swung open. The two sheep looked at us dumbly and let out a few baas. Neither of them moved an inch.
Bernard, Bethany, what's going on?
My eyes widened and I froze.
Run, my friend.
Radley laughed and grabbed my hand, running back to where we came from. We both ran back towards the town and only stopped running when we could see the fountain again. We caught our breath and both burst into laughter. I don't even think the sheep left. We didn't accomplish anything. I pouted, while still letting a few giggles escape.
It was still fun.
He was once again bouncing excitedly.
We should head back now. You have cupcakes to make.
He sounded enthusiastic as usual, but looked disappointed at his own words. Right. I wouldn't want to keep the deliciousness of my pastries away from any customers. I nodded and started walking forwards. Radley followed, and I realized we were still holding hands. I coughed and dropped his hand, looking away and pretending that it didn't happen. The walk to my bakery was short, and when we were at the door, Radley shuffled from one foot to the other, looking like he was waiting for something. Well, see you later. I gave him a smile and walked to the door.
Yeah. See ya, Ty.
He stepped backwards and then paused.
I had fun.
Oh, same. I was surprised with the thought that I wasn't lying about that. It was fun. I never expected to actually have a good time on a date with Radley. I stepped into my shop and Radley walked back towards his house. I watched after him, confused. I found myself kinda not wanting him to leave. This was weird. Oh, man. Did we... I can't even remember what I had before. I think we lost a little bit, right? No. We would have lost everything, right? I don't know. I think we lost a little bit. That's whatever. I don't even care. I care, but like, I know my fate. For some reason, Radley doesn't want us to treat people who are mean nicely. Which, I mean, I get. But, like, at the same time, like, if you're an owner of a business, you need to treat your customers with respect, even if they're being ornery and rude. Maybe that's just me, though. Yeah, whatever. Alright, so that's the end of this episode. You guys know the drill. Have a great weekend. Have a good week. And good night.